how to never ever be boring and get stuff done and enjoy yourself, and maybe other people around you enjoy you more too. So, see the world through the eyes of a child. We've all heard that before, but here's a totally different spin on that. A spin that's going to mean something. All children are geniuses. All of them, right out of the womb. Because historically, a genius means to observe with intrinsic interest. And what do children do before they can even speak, or before the fake real world has been beaten into them by adults? They look at everything. Their eyes are huge. They're so curious. So looking at the world through the lens of a child, you're going to be a curious person again if you're not already. Most people have no curiosity. You could show them something and they have no interest in how it works or why it does what it does. Just, no, they got a job to go to. They got a family to take care of. They just have no interest whatsoever. And then they stagnate their whole lives and they're completely boring. And that's just the way that it goes. But we can always draw a line in the sand and stop acting like drones and maybe more like human beings that got some passion or some fire in the belly. And the way to that is to view the world through the lens of a child. So the curiosity that it drives, that's going to cause you to ask questions and maybe even make some statements that lead to other questions and opens up new doorways. And also, if you look at things through the lens of a child, you're going to be unreserved about who you are. There's something you want to express, an emotion, a feeling, maybe something you've learned, you want to teach it and share it. You're not going to be worried at all about what other people are going to think. If you're going to look silly or foolish or stupid, you don't care. Who cares about that stuff? Only after you've learned that lesson to worry and be reserved. What a stupid lesson that is to learn. But it's beaten into us, pretty quickly right after we come out of the womb and enter the world. And we start to lose who we are, our intrinsic, innate internal value and authenticity in who we are. And that's sad, because then we never really get to know ourselves. And if we can't know ourselves, probably other people aren't going to be able to get to know us either. All these connections that we make with other people, they're so flippin' reserved. I bet most of your friends, you don't even really truly know who they are because they're so reserved and they don't look at the world through the lens of a child. So here's a little caveat to that. There is some value in being an adult. The wisdom that you gain, the experiences that you have. And sometimes, you got to make discernments and nuances, which children don't really do too well. So imagine if you could combine the wisdom, the nuances, the discernments, the critical thinking that an adult has with the unreserved qualities and the curiosity-driven mindset that a child has. If you could combine the two, I think that's a key ingredient. I think that's it right there. Because, think about it. Children, especially when they're young enough, they don't really know, there's a time and place for everything. And children aren't really thinking about that at all. So when you get to be an adult, you kind of learn that there's a time and place to say and do certain things. But most of the time as adults, we have that filter on all the time. Even when it becomes a perfect time and place to express something, to be unreserved about whatever, we don't do it because we're driven by this motivation of fear or an insecurity that says, but I might look stupid, somebody might criticize me. Who knows? So let me give you a couple of examples. 9 out of 10 people want to start a business, but they won't do it because they're afraid of what their friends are going to think about them. They're looking at something that could add a value to other people's lives because everybody says, I want to help people. And that goes without saying, but we'll say it anyway. I want to help people. I want to start a business of helping people or people helping people. But then 9 out of 10 people that want to do it won't do it. So they've prioritized preserving their self-image about what their friends and family is going to think about them over actually helping people. So your desire to help people is lower on the totem pole. And that's not a good place to be. If you saw the world through a child's lens, you'd be like, skip that. I'm going to do this. I can't. My heart would bleed not to do it. I'm just not going to act like maybe a douchebag to people about it. Or some typical, proverbial proverbial salesman down by the river in a van or whatever that is. You pick your analogy there, but if you're going to own your own business, it's going to be a reflection of who you are. So if you're going to be a sleazy person, you'll have a sleazy business. If you're going to be a high-pressured bait and switch, Trojan horse, snake oil, whatever, if that's who you're going to be, then that's the business you'll have. Versus you can have a business that's, generous and leading with value all the time and selfless, and one that honors people's decisions, yes or no, or not right now. And if you're going to be that kind of person, that's the kind of business you'll have. So if you want to start your own business, because I know 9 out of 10 of you watching this want to do that, but you won't because you're afraid, because your priority is what other people think of you, not helping people. So flip that priority and look at it through the lens of a child, and you will start your business just like you've always wanted to do. And then go and do it. So that's one example. What other examples can you think of? So if you like this kind of stuff, TomBerkenmeyer.com is my website. TomBerkenmeyer.com. Take out the space, all lowercase. And if you love health and fitness like I do, and you love the idea of learning how to use health and fitness to not only get yourself healthier, but others around you healthier, and to make money doing it, lots of money, unreserved, through the lens of a child. Unreserved. If you like expressing yourself, you want to come to a place where you can express yourself unreserved, with freedom and the liberation that comes with that, being so unreserved and curious and observing everything with innate curiosity and intrinsic interest. If you love that kind of thing and you want to learn how to make a lot of money doing that, residual and passive money, so we can decouple your time from your paycheck, and then live unreserved for real. That's the best way to live unreserved, by the way, is to get off the proverbial hamster wheel. That hamster wheel of you have to keep showing up at your job, or for most self-employed people, they have to keep showing up at their work or their job of some kind, or they stop getting paid. That's the proverbial hamster wheel. That's shackles to the dollar. So if you want to really be unreserved, really, truly freeing and liberated from that pyramid scam nonsense of trading your time for money, let me know. Private message me. I'll show you what I've got. And be unreserved about your response to looking at what I've got. If you're into it, cool. If you're not into it, be unreserved either way. And I'll hear from you soon. Feel free to share this. And like it, love it, share it, comment on it if you wish. And I'll hear from some of you soon. Take care. Mwah!